Let's go fishing. I'm on a mission. It's so pretty, I'd sure hate to waste this chance. We'll find a shady little spot, not too cool, not too high. Perfect for a little fishing and roll.
Well, guys, it's 3:30 here on Okeechobee, and you can see all the snowbirds got their pontoon boats. I'll be going out here in a little bit to put the lights on, catch fish. Yeah, 3:30, and I think it's February the 20th, and it's 2025, and it's a little bit windy, and it's getting cold. I mean, I got up this morning and it was 45 degrees and the wind was blowing, so that puts it down into the 30s. So I didn't go. I figured I'd go a little bit this evening and try. Try it, but yeah, there's blue sky, but it's going to get cold, dude. It's definitely going to get cold. Buzzards are out, following me around, and that's not a good sign. So I'm going to go up the river here and do a little jigging. Do a little jigging and a little bit of trolling and see how I do, guys. Just see how I do. Beautiful afternoon, but just so that sun goes down, it's going to get cool, man. Well, I went out this afternoon, and I started to go out this morning, and it was just too cold. I mean, it was 45 degrees. And the wind was blowing 10 to 15 mile an hour, so 45 degrees, that takes it down into the low 30s, and you know, that's not fun. And it's affected the fish. The fish have kind of slowed down a little bit, so I figured I'd just wait till this afternoon and go. Let the sun hit the water a little bit and try to warm it up a little bit, and it did. It warmed it up some. But when I put the poles out, just instantly put the poles out and caught one about 13 inches long right off the bat. I thought, oh good, this is gonna be good. Well, that was about 3:30, 4:45, and I caught another little one, and then I didn't really get back into them too good till almost a half hour before dark. Look at the size of this fish this gentleman caught right there. That was about a 15-inch crappie, every bit of 2 pounds. Nice fish. But this is the one I caught just as soon as I put the poles out, and it was a pretty nice fish. It was 12, 13 inches long. And I thought, okay, all right. Crappie are biting. Like I said, it didn't happen again until about 45 minutes before dark, and it started really pick back up. I hit both sides of the river, trolling up and down both sides of the river. I'm not seeing a lot of fish on my graph, and even I went out into the middle and looked a little bit, and I didn't see a lot of them out there. So I'm going to move up the river a little bit and see if they've kind of moved up the river some. You know, and if you look down towards the mouth, there's hardly anybody down towards the mouth because the crappie, for some reason this year, has moved up above the bridge, and so the crappie fishermen, they've all moved up there, staked their claims up there, you know, for a nice crappie. I mean, the first one, I thought, oh boy, blue chartreuse, of course. You can see the wind blowing. It was pretty brisk. The sky was clear as a bell. It was cool. It wasn't at 4 o'clock. It wasn't really cold, but it was chilly. You know what I'm saying? Enough for like a sweatshirt I got on. Getting ready to put out the umbrella rigs or the A rigs or Alabama rigs. I got blue chartreuse on them too. Got a couple on them. But like I said, it just wasn't a good day, really. But got several little ones. I mean, which I haven't been catching them little ones, but and then I caught some nice ones too. But I caught several little ones, and all of them just about come on blue and chartreuse. I don't know what it is. I had some pink and chartreuse out, and had some white chartreuse out, but they just, that's what I've been catching them on in the past, but it just didn't happen tonight. Seen several other people trolling tonight. Right there above the bridge. I didn't see nobody trolling below the bridge. I run down there in the evening. I didn't hardly see anybody down there. There's another nice one there. That's a pretty good one there. I'm going to show you what color it is. Blue and chartreuse. So you believe me, I don't know what it is about it, but it's just, I don't know, it catches a lot. I catch a lot of fish on it. And you can't hardly buy one of them in town right now. I know Garrett's Tackle Shop's got them on order. They'll be in there any day. They've got them ordered. See, I switched over and put my sweat coat on it because I'm telling you, as soon as that sun hit the trees, temperature started dropping. Just caught that one on an A-rig on the blue and chartreuse. It's a good fish, pretty good fish. They're about sitting there about half asleep on my bait tank, and I heard that boing, that rod bounce up there. And like I said, just right before 45 minutes before dark, they just turned on. I just started catching them pretty steady. I thought it was going to be a bad night, and then right before dark, I just started catching them steady. And they were keepers. I didn't keep none of them. I don't need none. I got plenty in the freezer, like I always say. I just like catching them. Throw them back. As cold as it was, there was a lot of people out fishing for crappie tonight. And nobody's going to the lake because the lake's stirred up and kind of murky. Everybody's fishing the river. Tomorrow morning, Saturday, it'll be the 22nd, and then Sunday's the 23rd. But it's supposed to be down to low 40s again next 2 days. So the morning bite's going to be tough. I don't care what anybody says. You're just not going to catch a bunch of fish in the morning when it's that cold at night. We went from almost 90 degrees down to 40 degrees, and that's just a shock to them fish. Any kind of fish. I don't care what kind of fish it is. Bass, crappie, whatever. I lost a couple. By horsing them in, because all of a sudden I started getting big ones here right before dark. So you can see me. I'm fishing. I'm just reeling real steady. It's just so I can get in, taking time. One of them was about 15 inches. I'm not sure if this was it. I think this is it right here. No, this isn't it. This isn't the one. It's a nice fish, but it's no 15-inch one. That there's about 8 inches. But he fought like a 15-incher. That many poles in there, you're going to get tangled up once in a while. That's just the way it is. Again, guys, blue and chartreuse.
Guys.
Blue and chartreuse.
About 13 inches long,
that's been my go-to bait for about a month now. Before it was pink and chartreuse and white and chartreuse. Like I said, now it's blue and chartreuse. I always put the other ones on some of the poles just in case, just in case it switches back. You can switch back anytime. You can see it's starting to get a little bit darker now. Sun's starting to go down behind the trees. You can always tell when that sun's going down. I look down the river there and I can see the pontoon boats firing up their generator, turning on their lights. I was throwing them back about, some of them are going back, with the bullet weights on them, I was only going back about 10 yards, 10 feet, 10 yards, about 15 yards. Now, the ones without the bullet weights, I was going back there about 35, 40 yards. I mean, I was putting them that far behind the boat. Of course, the umbrella rigs, I was just dropping them right beside the boat, and, that way they don't get tangled up, and I can put out 3 poles up there pretty handy. But the bullet weight was working, and the ones that were just didn't have no weights at all on them, I was throwing way back there. I mean, that one right there, the long ones, they were catching fish too. So they were at different depths. I mean, that's a pretty nice one right there. That's close to 14, 15 inches long. And that thing close to 2 pounds right there. Look at the size of it. That's a good one. I mean, it's got a mouth on it like a largemouth bass,
Blue chartreuse, guys. Blue
Blue chartreuse, of course.
That's 13, 14 inches.
Pretty good crappie. Speckled, perch, whatever you want to call it. But, yeah, that was a good one. Put her back. maybe she'll make it through the winter and be able to spawn and do her thing and go back out in the lake. So yeah, put her back in. Yeah, them Kentucky boys, they'll grab her if they can get a hold of her though. I said, man, I'll take that baby back to the bluegrass state with me. Yeah, you can see how far I'm going back. I'm going back here pretty good ways. Yeah, it was getting dark, and the poles start going off. Just kind of like daylight. It's just that's how the fish are. I mean, just right at daylight and right at dark. I mean, the fish turn on. I think it's a little guy here. I'm not sure. Not very big. I caught several small ones tonight. Yeah, that one there was about 9 inches long. That'll be next year's. It wasn't grabbing real good. When I first started, it wasn't grabbing real good, so I sprayed them baits down with Bang, and I'm not kidding you, they swallow it. That's the only bad thing about it. If that Bang, shrimp juice is what I call it, but if you spray it with that Bang, they're going to eat it. I'm telling you, they're going to, just like a candy to them. This might be the big one here. I'm not sure because I'm bringing him in real slow. I first thought it was a bass because it was staying down and wasn't jumping real good, and it didn't really come up to it. I took almost clear to the boat, and I thought, well, I've either got hung up in the other lines, or I've got a stick or grass on this fish with it. But it was a fish. I mean, it was a good one. I probably should have used a net. You can see I picked him up, and he was tangled up with my downrigger line. Had to fool around with him. It's a wonder I didn't lose him or break off, but I finally did get him in, which I was glad I did, because it's the biggest one I've caught for a while. This is the one I was thinking what I said earlier. This is the one that's 15 inches long, weighs over 2 pounds. I could have took it down there and waded in down there at Garrett's Tackle, but Leaf and Jamie's leading it. I didn't want to take their glory from them, by going in there with a 2.5 pound crappie. I'll let them guys ain't never won. I thought that Mr. Leaf win one. But this is a big one, guys. I ain't kidding you. If I hold him up here, I'll show you. And there's several of them in the river this year, this size. But this is a tournament fish. You want 7 of them about this size if you're fishing a crappie tournament. I'm telling you, you blow everybody away, But it don't seem like that happens. So you don't get them big ones like that during your crappie tournament. He's tangled up. I'm getting him untangled here so I can show him to you. But yeah, look at the belly on her. That big old belly on her. She's about 15 inches long. Yeah, that'd have been the winner down there at Garrett's Tackle. But I didn't want to take the fire from him, like I said.
Look at the belly on that.
That's a big one.
That's every bit of 2 pounds, guys.
Look at the mouth on her. Blue and chartreuse again, guys.
That's the biggest one I've caught for a while.
I'm kind of showing that off a little bit for old Leaf Garrett down there at Garrett's Tackle Shop, because he thinks he's a good crappie fisherman now, you know. All right, put her back in. It was dark, and I was still casting them trolling. I mean, you know, you can imagine how small that thing is and how them things can see that. That little jig is going through the water, but they did. And you can see the pontoon boats. They've got their lights on. They're getting ready to put their poles out. And many, you know, they catch a many in doing that. They got generators on their boats. There was about 25 or 30 pontoon boats crappie fishing tonight, and it's about like that every night down here from about the first of January. It starts really 1st of January after the holidays. The guys come down here from Kentucky, Tennessee, and Ohio, and Illinois, Indiana, places like that, and they don't, most of them don't jig or anything. They just they go out there and fish for them with pontoons, and when you do that and you put that light on there, man, I'll tell you what, you can get a cooler full pretty quick and get you a mess of fish. One thing about it, you didn't have to worry about the mosquitoes tonight because it was colder than Dickens. The mosquitoes, they weren't out. I seen the barn swallows though flying up and down the river looking for them. You don't ever want to shoot one of them barn swallows because I forget how many thousands of mosquitoes they eat. Yeah, you can see it right at dark, man. Every pole was going off. I mean, it was just, they turned on now. Really, if you're going to go in the afternoon, you could get everything ready and put your boat in about 4 o'clock and get everything all geared up. Then about 5 o'clock to 6:30, you can catch you a pretty good mess of fish real quick. I mean, you know, that's when it really gets. Here I'm heading back down the river, and I'm just going to show you what's down through here. I just run down all the way to the mouth and show you all the pontoon boats fishing for crappie. All these guys are fishing for crappie. They got their lights out, helmets out. You gotta be careful running down through there. The sea wolves are all the way across the river.